Hello and welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me. In this video, I will share with you how I adjusted and tweaked a few of the elements of my Secret Garden English tea party, such as the decor, the tablescape, and some of the activities, so that I could do a mommy and me tea party. If you want to check out all the new and fun things I created for this one, keep watching. Well, guess what? I'm not quite done with the tea party. It turns out that I'm going to be doing a second tea party, but this is going to be a little special because I'm going to be able to maximize and use a lot of the stuff that I already did, but I'm going to have to make a few tweaks, and that is because it's going to be a mommy and me tea party. I have my nieces coming with their kids and a friend of one of the nieces coming with their 3-year-old, so I have to kind of, shift a few things to make sure that it's kind of work for them. So that's what I want to show you in this video. I want to show you a few of the tweaks that I've done to convert my Secret Garden tea party into a mommy and me Secret Garden tea party. So let me show you. Well, first of all, if you've seen my adult tea party, you'll see that it's very similar with just a few little touches. I've actually changed the arrangement. I ended up putting all my 3-tier trays on the table this time and only putting 2 teapots. My silver one, which you've seen before, where I'm going to keep my hot water, and this cute little one, which came with these little teacups. It's actually, it's from Target. It's an FAO Schwartz kind of tea party collection. And I thought it'd be so cute for the 3-year-olds to kind of have their own little teacups. And of course, then afterwards, I'm going to give this to my niece so she can kind of have it and continue having tea parties at home. But I thought it was cute. And they also got them their own little special pink cup, of course, and their own special little spoon and fork to make sure that they could also eat like the grown-ups. This is also a new little tier tray that I found at the thrift store, and I thought it might be good for maybe some of the smaller kind of things. Maybe I'll make some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for the little ones. The thing you'll notice is I'm also repeating my little card with the key. This time I was able to find a key at a Dollar Tree. They actually have these wood ones. The ones that I used last time were metal, and it was a collection that I bought. This time I am putting the names on these, so I'm using them almost like place settings because I want to make sure, mommy is sitting next to daughter and things like that. I am going ahead and giving the adults some gloves, but for the little ones, I didn't trust the sizes that I was seeing for little hands, so I'm going to make something. I'll show you in a sec what that is in terms of kind of their own little gloves that are maybe a little bit more adjustable than ones that you would buy. So that's what's happening here. So basically all my food's gonna go here, the sugar and the cream for the tea. I'm gonna have hot water in the silver pot and probably some hot chocolate in the little cute pink pot. That's probably what I'll do. And then over here in my buffet, I'll go ahead and keep the other teapots. I'll probably put some chai again on my elephant, or I might just make that more hot chocolate. And then maybe a different kind of tea here. I haven't quite decided that. And again, extra goodies that maybe do not fit in all the plates. So that's what's different in terms of my table setting. So let me show you some of the other ideas that I have. Now, in terms of activities, I thought it would be fun to have some crafts, but also an activity close to the table. This is right next to the dining room, so they can easily see it from the dining room. And it's the put the tea back on the teapot game. And basically, I've seen many variations of this online. Put the teacup on the saucer, put the teacup on the cup, I don't know, all kinds of stuff. But I like the idea of putting the tea back on the teapot. So this is basically the same principle that I've been using for everything else. I made a tag with these. I made the purses. You haven't seen those. Those are coming up. I'm going to show you those. And basically, it's just poster board. These are just stickers from Daiso. This is a pretty image that I found online, and this is my printable, cut out to size, and then a smaller one to kind of hold all the teapots. And then what I've done is that I've gotten the tea bag And where the name, where basically where the little, you know, cardboard thing for the tea would go, I've put their names. And I have some double-sided tape on the back. And of course, I had to put a little flower and bow, of course. So the idea is that they'll get blindfolded with a sleep mask, because why not? It makes sense. They'll get blindfolded, turn around, you know, like Pin the Donkey. And then that way they will be left here, and whoever's the closest to here will win the prize. And I actually bought 2 boxes for price 1 and 2, which I haven't quite decided what it is. But all the little tea bags are gonna go there. So I had a lot of leftover teapots that I, you know, cut wrong and all that. So I just went ahead and put them on the wall because they just look cute, and figure why throw them away. You know, if they're already there, already have them. It's just a matter of cutting them out and putting them on the wall. So there it is. That is one of the activities we'll be doing. Okay, so going with the mommy and me kind of preparations, I found this free printable that is quite cute. It actually has different colors. And what I've done is actually I have put the name of the mommy and the daughter, because I figured they could share one. I'm gonna go ahead and put a treat inside. I'm thinking maybe one of these pink chocolates that I have. I think they should fit inside, hopefully. Yep. And then I'm gonna put a little ribbon like I did with this one and tie it up. And that's gonna be basically the little tag that's gonna go on their goodie bag for their crafting. So I'll show you that a little later. Now, in addition to the goodie bags, one of the things that's going to go inside the goodie bags are this. Basically, these are the enlarged version of the same little teapots. I've kind of put their names in each one of them before I printed them. And they're very easy to assemble. I mean, that's the way the printable comes. I just made it large enough so it would fit in an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. And they printed out really nicely. I made sure that the quality was best so that they would print really nicely. And these are going to be purses for the little girls. They're like 3 and maybe 4. So, you know, this is probably pretty big. And then what I'm going to do is I'm either going to get some ribbon, or I'm going to get like a piece of... maybe like a little, I might string some beads, and I'm going to put some holes here for them, probably here, so that they can actually have access to the purse. And then, you know, I'm going to figure out where that could go. And then they could choose whichever one they want, whichever handle they want. And on top of that, if you want to decorate them further, I'm going to provide them with little stickers. And it has to be things that are super easy for little kids to do, like a 3-year-old. I got some pretty roses or stickers, all from Dollar Tree. I got some butterflies, you know, whatever they want to add to it, just to make it prettier. And even, you know, rhinestones, because, you know, who doesn't like it, to bling it up. So that's going to be one activity. Kind of should be a pretty simple activity for them to just glue things on, you know. With mommy can make her own purse. Now for mommies, I made them a giant size purse. So they're going to be doing the same thing. I need assembles the same way, as you can see. And as well, I'm going to make them like a little, you know, a little handle of some kind that they could put under bag, so that they can kind of go in and out and carry it like a little purse. And we'll probably try to do a little photo shoot with kind of the mommies and the daughters, and it should be pretty cute. So, and then also I've color coded them. Not that it really matters, but I mean, like, this is for a 13-year-old, so I went ahead and made her a big one. But, you know, the mommy and the daughter have the same pattern for their large purse, for their small purse, and for the little tag purse. That's just, you know, a little extra just to make sure we remember who's whose. So that's one of the activities. Now, in order to make the giant ones, since I was going to do it on an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, I went ahead and printed it twice, right? One per page. And then I cut it out. Now, the one thing that I didn't catch on at the beginning, and I did it wrong, is that I copy-pasted the same image twice. And no, they have to be opposing images, right? So that it has to look like that, so that when you fold it over, the two sides match. So again, if you're doing something like this, be aware of that. Don't make the mistake I did. So, but as you can see, this thing really comes with the little lines where you're going to be folding, and it's pretty easy. And I'm only going to put it together with double-sided tape. That's really all it takes. Most printers leave you like a little edge, right? Because they're not able to really print all the way to the edge like real printers do. So make sure you cut that out, but only cut it on one of the two pieces, because it is good to have a little overlap. It makes it a little stronger. You don't want to have to line it up exactly. Now with this, because we're sort of making it our own, you could make it a little bit, a different size if you want to. There's a specific size, but it's pretty much kind of to where it should have been if it was done. And as you can see, they have the same kind of little medallion in the center. I don't want to put the name on the other one. I left blank. So again, that's kind of up to you whether you want to put the name on both or not. I mean, if you're interested in finding the printable, let me know and I can link it for you. Okay, so now for the handles. I don't have a ton of these, but this is one of the examples of something that I think would look really cute as a handle, for the purse, kind of from there to there, so somebody can choose that. And I think what I'm gonna do is try to create like a little loop with some of my beading wire, and then put a little lobster claw, and then I'll put a hole where I want the hole, and then it's a matter of attaching the lobster claw to that. So that's the theory. And I want to see if I can figure a way to reinforce that a little bit. Maybe with a washer. I think I have some washers I could probably glue on. Just because if you just make a hole in this, it's just not going to last 2 seconds. So I'm going to try to look at some washers. This is what I'm talking about. See these little washers? And I think I want them little because, there's something industrial. We don't want to... We want them to still look pretty. So I'm going to see which one would work with the lobster claw. Right, because it has to be big enough for the lobster claw to go in. You guys don't know what a lobster claw is? That's what a lobster claw is. It's basically one of those things you often see in necklaces, and it looks like a lobster claw. It's basically like that. I have this little awl that's really great, and again, you see it's very sharp, so it can make a hole just where you want it. So let's see, where do we want it? That is the question. Okay, after several attempts, I think I got it. Basically, the lobster claw had to go on a ring, and then you put the wire through and you put the crimp bead on the other side so you can put them together. So that's the idea. We'll have it again. I'm going to attach the washers on each side with some glue. Okay, well, I finished the little handles, and I'm not gonna leave them on because I want them to choose their own, but that's the idea. I put a lobster claw and that little large jump ring that I was able to find, so that was great. And the little washers are gonna help to kind of make it last a little longer, but they come out pretty cute. And I'm gonna give them an option of picking whatever handle, so the handles won't be attached like they are now. I'm doing this just to show you all the different ones that I made. But I'm also going to give them the option of doing that, or if they want to just put ribbon, they could put ribbon through the little opening. I'm going to give all these pink ones that I have, and they can choose whether they want ribbon or the little beaded kind of handle. But they came out pretty good. You can tell that I sort of had a specific ones in mind for each one. And I'm going to stuff them with a little bit of tissue paper so they don't look too flat in the middle. But yeah, pretty happy with them. They came out pretty cute, so hopefully they'll like them, and I'm sure they'll put some kind of rhinestones or embellishments and make them even nicer and more personalized. So there you go. Another activity that I have planned for the little Mommy and Me tea party is I think for the adult tea party, we had everybody make candles in their teacups. But since these are little kids, I don't think we want to deal with hot wax. But I thought, what about doing little fairy gardens? An idea I saw somewhere. So I got them here a little setup. I got some foam for them to put on the bottom. Things that should be pretty easy for them to just stuff in. Of course, some moss, some little, plants if they want to add some plants. And I was able to find all kinds of, like a secret garden gate and everything. all kinds of little fairies and things like that. At the Dollar Tree, they have a whole section of that. Plus, on top of that, before I found those, we went to the thrift store. The thrift store had all kinds of little toys of all kinds, you know, so I went ahead and got those two for them, you know. I know they have nothing to do with fairy gardens, but you know, you make your fairy garden your own. It's your own thing. You do whatever you want with it. It's my favorite guy. So anyway, so we have the little purses decorating, and then we have the fairy garden on the teacup. And of course, I have different teacups for everybody, mommies and daughters. So we have 6 different teacups all together, and they get to pick their favorite. Okay, so since I mentioned, I got the gloves for the mamas, but the little kids, I figured I could make something. And I'm gonna put here a picture of kind of what I'm trying to kind of recreate. I have all this lace that I think I could kind of finagle something. Of course, the hard thing is kind of figuring how big to make it for those little hands, right? So I want to make something that is adjustable. I'm going to give it just enough here for this part, and then I'm going to attach some ribbon so they could be tied on the back. So that's that part. Now, in addition to that, I think, so it's going to have a nice ribbon on the back. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put like a, I don't know, I need something a little, like a nice, maybe like a nice bow in there, kind of like that. And then the last part is what you see in the picture, which is with elastic, right? The elastic to kind of put around one of the fingers. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, at first I thought of just using hot glue, but you know how messy, especially with something like lace. So now my idea is to actually do a little stitching, maybe just a little hand stitching. Maybe do something where I can gather this and then have the ribbon sort of surrounded, kind of something like that. That's kind of the thought. I don't know if you can even see it here. Let's give it a whirl. Okay, so now that that part is done, let's see if we can sort of encase this. Okay, so this is the basic structure. See the lace is kind of gathered there at the end, with the ribbon goes on, so that's what makes it adjustable, because you know you can tie it tighter or smaller or whatever. And there's a lot of ribbon to grow, and also it's kind of nice for the ribbon to kind of hang out. So now comes the next part, right? So we got that, and now comes what I'm going to do for the other part. I wanted to put one more thing. Again, it's so hard to judge without having a little hand in front of me. Okay, so I made a little bow here, and I think, especially for the little hands, maybe one of them is a 13-year-old, so I can make a bigger one for her, but I think for the little ones, I better keep it small, otherwise it's just not gonna work. So I'm gonna put this in here. You know, I'm almost thinking maybe I shouldn't put that part, because I'm not going to be able to get that dimension correctly. Maybe we can just leave it like that. It's like a cute little cuff. Now I just to bling them up a little bit, why not put a cute little pink rhinestone in the middle? I think they'll like that. I went ahead and added an extra little piece on the top to make it longer for this one. As you can see, basically just attach that little piece to the top. By hand is probably easier. I was tempted to use hot glue gun, but I figured, nah, that's not gonna last. So anyway, so these two are pretty much done. Now I have to work on the black one, and the black one, I think I'm just gonna try stitching it on the machine. So, but I'm pretty happy with these. Hopefully they like them. We'll see. Look, the things you find when you're looking at things that you don't even remember you had. I actually have this piece of very stretchy lace. I mean, this is perfect for the glove. This is the one that I bought from Amazon, right? So I think it could be very similar to this. Okay, so I finished the black ones. I decided to keep it easy and basic. The material is stretchy, so that's good. Basically, I was gonna put a thumb and all that, but I was worried about not having enough or not putting it in the right place. So they're kind of meant to be worn that way, kind of thing. You know, hopefully she liked them. They didn't cost me anything since I already had this. So those will be the ones for the 13-year-old. Hopefully she appreciates black. I mean, I would think that I could make them white and pink like the other ones, but she might like them black as well. So there they are. More like wrist things. I don't even know what I call. Anyway, there you go. Another little craft I wanted to share with you is this little kind of house that I'm making. The background of the sticker, and then it has like 3D stickers on it. I don't know if you guys have seen it. So technically, again, this actually is its own sticker, but I thought the sticker looks better with the background. Why would you take the background away from the sticker, right? And they have different patterns, and they're all really, really cute. So I thought, how can I use them? And so maybe I can make it look like a house. And then they also have this little wood kind of a frame or whatever you want to call them. So I got 2 of those. Those are the 2 sides. And then I got another one for the bottom. And I think what I'm going to use it as a hole as a box to hold supplies for some of the crafting that's going to happen. Now, don't tell anybody, but this little house doesn't have a door. It's all windows because all the stickers were windows. But we're not going to tell anybody. No, it's pretend. Now, to finish it off, because now it doesn't look quite finished, this is kind of the thought that I'm having. You see how this is sort of like a little brick color in this one. This one's kind of a grayish. This has brick as well. So here comes the tricky part. I need to make them look like blended in. So what I'm going to try to do with paint is sort of paint around to make it look like it's a continuation of whatever you see here in the front. That way we'll look at more like kind of, you know, like the actual house. And I might do the inside as well, just because it looks so unfinished otherwise. I'll cover up the little holes with something, of course, so we can paint over them. So I'll let you know how that goes. Okay, so I wanted to give you the update on how the little house turned out. I had a lot of fun painting, you know, stippling all kinds of colors, and each side, you know, it's a little unique, but I try to blend that sticker as best as I could, you know, with the background. So I'm pretty happy with it. And like I said, it's going to be a really nice box for storing more supplies and things like that for the crafting section of our tea party. Okay, so I wanted to show you what the little goodie bag is. It's actually quite a large bag, because I figured in this one they can also carry home, you know, their teacups that they've made with the fairy gardens and so forth. But let me show you what I'm putting inside of them and how I work them out. Basically, because they're so big, I'm gonna have to fold them in half. I've put that little tag that I made. That is going to go in the front with their names. Inside of the goodie bag, inside of the teapot, I have a little chocolate and also a little tea bag. So, and I put both the mommy and the daughter's name on the tag, because I figure they can share one. And let me show you what I have inside. So, inside, I'm gonna have for them their purse, right, with their name, so personalized, ready for their little chain that they're gonna select from the pile, as well as any other decorations. And yeah, so I've gone ahead and kind of filled it up with all my goodies for all kinds of little rhinestones and things like that in my little house that I made here. So that is one thing. That's for the mama. Then for the daughter, I have her little tea bag purse, right? Oh, I forgot to tell you, I even put a little bit of, you know, Velcro enclosure, because, you know, it has to have like a little closure. So that, and then I'm also including 2 of these discs, because these are the bases for the fascinator hat, and I'll show you in a little while the rest of the supplies for that. So one for mommy, one for daughter, right? Little fascinator hat. And I've also included some little extra plastic bags in case I want to take home, you know, like put their tea bag in there, whatever, if they need anything like that. So that's kind of what's on the goodie bag. So that's what every mother and daughter duo is gonna get. There is the little goodie bag. And here to show you the rest of the setup for the crafting station, in case you didn't see it before when I did my adult party. So this little two-tier stand is basically filled with goodies for them to kind of make their fascinator hats. You know, some of this nice stiff tulle, any pearls, fake flowers. Here are the teacups where they can do their fairy gardens. So there's one per person. And then just a few more supplies, you know, including a little glue sticks because we're going to use a lot of glue guns, feathers if they want to put feathers in it, all kinds of stuff. And also here I have some fabric for the base of the hats, and I have some batting for the filler, and I have some extra little fabric that they can also use for the. We don't need much, but you only need enough to cover that disc that I show you. And of course, there's a fairy garden kind of little setup. So there's a little crafting station, and I'm gonna have each place set with a little doily and a little bag for each mother and daughter duo. So that is the little fascinator and crafting station. There were two clear winners, first and second prize right there. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you got some ideas and inspiration for decor and activities you can also do when planning a party with little ones. I had a lot of fun with this series, and if you have not checked out the videos in the rest of the series, please go and watch them so you can learn more about how I created the rest of the elements in this very special secret garden right in my dining room. And don't forget to come back to see what I'm up to next. More parties, more DIY projects, and hey, maybe a little travel video here and there. Until the next one.